Hey y'all, welcome to the first episode or vlog of the Well-Informed Lens. I am Centrisa. I am the founder, the owner, and stylist of Metamorphosis, currently located in Charlotte, North Carolina, and I work with curly textured hair. I love working with curly textures. It's the vibe. Curly textures are the move. I specialize in cuts, colors, curl definitions, silk presses, blowouts, locks. I love what I do, but I also focus on your overall hair health. I have recently become a hair loss practitioner. So excited about it. I'm officially a hair loss practitioner, y'all. So I can also help you on your hair loss journey. I will touch back to that later. But with the Well-Informed Lens, we are going to be talking beauty. We are going to be talking lifestyle. We are going to be talking hair. We're going to be talking wellness. We're going to be talking business, because being an entrepreneur is not easy. Being a hairstylist in today's time is not easy. It is just so much to do. You never really have an off day. And I've noticed that, people, when people are asking you about if you got a busy day or how many clients you got and all that stuff, they're assessing you for a couple of reasons, but they're really trying to gauge if you're busy. And if you don't have a client, then they think you have time to do stuff that you don't have to do. But today's episode of the Well-Informed Lens, I'm not going to say the inaugural, the first episode of the Well-Informed Lens, we're going to be discussing awareness. We're going to be discussing healing, and we're going to be discussing submission. And if you hear me tapping something, I have a notebook on my lap with some bullet points for me to cover. This is not as polished as I was hoping that it was going to be when I came up with the idea to start this series. And that's okay, because once I cover these points, you'll understand why we're just kind of rolling the way that we're rolling with this. And again, that is perfectly okay to do, because who said you had to be perfect all the time anyway? You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like I'm not in the camera for real. Hmm. Let me. Well, all right. I felt like I wasn't all the way in the camera, so I had to adjust that. Like I said, we're going to do some light editing with this video, but we're just going to talk. We're just going to talk. I knew for the first vlog, I was going to talk about awareness. I did not know that I was going to end up talking about healing and submission as well. But at Metamorphosis, when you book your salon experience, we do talk about everything in here. We talk about everything. There's not many things that are off limits. So we're just kind of talking like I would to one of my clients about things that I've learned, my journey, and life as a business owner. So awareness is the first thing. And awareness has been kicking my tail. I'm going to tell you that right now. Like, 2024 was a year of healing, and a year of awareness, in a year of, I don't really know what other word to use other than healing. It was recovery, and we're still in recovery, and we're still healing, but we're healing with more awareness. So I would say all of last year, I have been on this journey, on this track. My inner circle is so dope. It is. And I'm appreciative of each of you who have allowed me to talk, who have allowed me to vent, who have allowed me to cry. And I allowed you to do the same. And you've pushed me forward. You've actually given me something substantial to move on. You have held my arms up when I was tired of holding them in the air. You have cheered me on. You have listened to me with all of these epiphanies that I have had lately that God has been showing me. And I am just grateful for each and every one of you, and you know who you are. I love you for real. Like, seriously, y'all. So, all of last year, you know, trying to figure things out, trying to heal, trying to recover, um, and was hearing what was being told to me by people in my circle, and one particular person in general. And when he would tell me, I would hear it. We would start, stop. But sometimes he would be talking like right here, and it sounded like he was outside trying to talk to me through the window. And I just would not, it wouldn't click, it wouldn't turn all the way over. And between September and today in January, I realized that it wouldn't turn all the way over with certain things that we were working on, because the little micro habits weren't there. There was certain things that I had to unpack that I wasn't aware of that was causing a blockage for me. And when I say it was eye-opening, it was impactful. God showed me so many little things about myself. Like, I realized that I thought I had good boundaries and I did not. So I learned how to set better boundaries. And then I learned, girl, you have salon policies, but did you really realize that policies are also boundaries? And I was like, girl, no. And it was like, yeah, so let's work on that. So, I started to work on salon boundaries and policies a little bit more. And then I became aware of the fact that I didn't really like to go out and do things like I would if you asked me. I would meet you somewhere, we grab a bite to eat, we go to the movies, we can do whatever. But just by myself, just like, oh, I'm just gonna run to the mall real quick and walk around, or I'm gonna go to Target real quick, or I'm gonna go to the park, hang out, go for a walk. I wasn't doing none of that stuff. And once I became aware of it, I was like, girl, why are you doing this? And then I became aware of why I was doing it, because I was avoiding. And then I was like, well, how are we going to fix this? Because you can't avoid forever. Everything can't come from Amazon. I mean, it kind of can, but everything can't come from Amazon. You know what I'm saying? So I started working on, being out more, embracing, mixing and mingling, and just being outside, just walking around the store. And I didn't even know that I had gone so far into myself that I cut that off. So that was an awareness moment. And then through a series of conversations, I became aware of what I had been being told all year, that I wasn't taking proper care of myself. And I was just like, well, damn. Ain't no other way to say it. Just what damn. Um, so I met with an esthetician, and she told me that I was dehydrated just by looking at my face. And I was like, daggone it, I've been getting harped on about water for how long? And I talk to my clients about drinking water. So that makes it even worse. But, I'm not going to go further into that. So, and then I went to the doctor, and they were like, well, how's your eating habits? And are you eating healthy? And have you heard of seed cycling? And are you resting? Have you worked on your sleep hygiene? And I was like, what? Again, things I had already been told. And when I came home and called and said, hey, I was told this, and he was like, but I told you that already. And I was like, I'm sorry. I also learned that, well, I started to work on those things more. Still kind of starting stopping a little bit, but I'll get to that with the second half of this portion of awareness. I also learned that I was toggling between two different spectrums, moving from the survival mode and the spirit of lack to being able to breathe and function out of that, and knowing that you're safe and knowing that you deserve to have that was different for me. And it took a couple of conversations to be had, and I realized that I was presenting myself like I still operated in lack when I don't have to anymore. So we are shifting how the salon is being presented. We are shifting how I am being presented and how I'm carrying myself. And it's going to be great. It's going to be great. It's going to be great. I do accept now that what I offer in the salon, you don't really go to a lot of places that give you a one-on-one experience that teaches you how to take care of your hair at home during your appointment, that can offer you extended services on that if needed, that gives you the opportunity to control the TV when you come in, TV shows, music, what have you, if you so wish, giving you complimentary steam treatments, giving you the opportunity where all of your treatments are included in whatever service that you book outside of a specialty treatment. There's certain things that I was offering, that I do offer and bring into the salon, that it took my clients to say, hey, you do realize you offering luxury to us, right? You don't go everywhere and get that. Like, you need to tell people that that's who you are. And I was like, oh, I am? And they were like, yeah, girl. Yeah. And I was like, oh. So we're shifting. I started visiting places that offer the type of environment that I strive to offer to my clients. And same thing with at home and how I carry myself day to day. I was walking around like I didn't deserve to have, a nice vehicle, a decent vehicle, or a decent place to live, or, to have decent clothes. And, I would downplay it. And that's not to say that you're supposed to be out here tooting your horn and being arrogant, because we don't do that. But own who you are. Own that you are, that it's okay for you to have the nice things. And then I also became aware of what luxury and self-care really is. Not just the name brand, not just the designer, not just being able to have freedom, because that's pretty much what I thought it was. It can be, a level of comfort of paying your bills 6 months in advance. I literally just had somebody text me that. Or for me, being able to cook a gourmet meal at home, plate it up really pretty, like a chef. To have an abundance of food at home is a luxury. To be able to unwind for 20 minutes is a form of self-care. Just to sit in silence and breathe. To be able to paint, self-care. To be able to create an environment at home with aromatherapies and your favorite scents, and to have nice plates that you enjoy, to treat yourself once a week to a solo date, whether it's at home and during this time you're going to journal, you're going to watch a movie, you're going to laugh, and it's just your time. That is a form of self-care. It's not just going to get your nails done, get your hair done. Now, trust me, I want you to come get your hair done. Get your hair done, get your hair done, get your hair done. because that is a form of self-care too. But I'm just telling you, there's other ways to embody self-care. And it was very interesting to learn those things. And I can come back in a different video and talk about all of these points in detail. Becoming aware of all of these things. Oh, I almost forgot one. I became aware that I was not a good planner. And because I wasn't a good planner, it put me in position to be hurt. Now, when I first moved to Charlotte, I was a college student. I'm a graduate of UNC Charlotte. And I am naturally a creative. I am naturally innovative. I have ideas all the time. Like all the time, especially if I am rested and at peace. The ideas just come. And I used to sit in my apartment and I could see the end vision of what I wanted to do. And here I am sitting at A, looking at Z, not knowing how to get from A to Z, and I would legit cry. I would cry real tears because I didn't know how to get there, and that meant I didn't know how to plan. And then you combine that with me walking around with a spirit of lack and a mindset of lack, it put me in some sticky situations. Hence, the healing. So how I learned to position myself, like I said, I started to work on, instead of doing Instacart, just go to the grocery store and get your groceries, girl. Walk in the store and look at clothes. Just walk around. You don't have to buy nothing. Just go browse to have a day out. I started to plan. I sat down and created a whole plan for a decade of my life because I heard of decade planning. So I figured I'd give it a shot. It's a very fluid plan, but I did that. And then I started mapping out, business goals and what I wanted to do, and planned that out for a couple of years, and decided to, work on my diet and the water intake and morning routines and night routines and taking control of my day. It's been fun. It's been fun. And every time I think that the revelations are over, more come. And I'm like, Jesus, I thought we was done with this. But no, but wait, there's more. So on my healing journey, as I'm becoming aware of these things, and there's a plethora of other things that I became aware of that I'm not going to share in this video, but I started to create the systems to be better, and some of those things I've already mentioned. I started studying sleep hygiene a little bit more than what I was already told about. I started to do my best to get off social media after a certain time. I just took it a step further and set a timer on my phone. So if you are a person who chats with me on social media and I disappear and don't come back until the next day, my time was up for the day. If I was supposed to post something and I didn't post it, oh well, I can do it the next day, because I have to get that under control. Just because I'm a business person and I use social media to promote the business does not mean it gets to take over, all aspects of life. I do yoga before I go to bed to relax. I drink my chamomile tea to unwind. I turn on rain sounds or ocean waves to help me get into my restful place. And I try to go to bed at a certain time so that way I can get up in the morning and do my morning routine, which consists of a workout, try to make breakfast, get me some ginger tea or a oolong tea or a white tea that's going to help with energy and clarity for me to get my day started. Because as an entrepreneur, just as a person in general, you have to take control of your day. If you are just kind of lollygagging, you'll look up and it'll be 3 o'clock and you have gotten nothing done. And if that's what you want to do, fine. But if you are trying to do more, trying to be, you know, a better you, essentially. For me, I have the task of entrepreneurship, and I have the task of being a good lady. I have the task of being a good daughter, a good sister, a good friend, a good hairstylist. Um, and I have to be good to myself. So I've noticed that, these routines help me immensely. I'm working on making it a consistent thing though. I sat down and created a financial plan because part of me not being a good planner meant that I wasn't a good financial planner either. And that was a big pill to swallow because I asked people over the years, hey, can you help me with this? Hey, can you help me with that? Do you have any suggestions? Do you have any tips? And they would give me the bare minimum or less than the bare minimum. So I am very proud of me for sitting down and creating a financial plan and starting to walk it out. I'm excited to see where the end results are going to be with that. I started to shift my diet. I am moving away from eating out a lot. Like I said, it's a luxury to be able to cook at home and to create, foods that fuel you, that taste amazing, that look amazing, that you can control the butter, the sugar intake, all of those things. Thoroughly enjoying that. Like I said, I'm working on the sleep hygiene, seed cycling. Like I said, the doctor told me about that, and I've been tweaking at it here and there, and I've noticed a difference in cycles because it helps to balance your hormones as well. And ladies, no matter your age, your hormones are important. We have to get those under control. Hormonal imbalances can do a lot. And again, that's a different video for a different day. Doing workouts, increasing my water intake is also helping the healing journey. I realized I went and walked on the treadmill this week and I came back, and I think yesterday I told one of my cousins, I said, yo, God was talking to me while I was on the treadmill. And she was like, girl, I've been told you that like years ago. And I said, I don't remember. Sorry. But there's a level of mental clarity that comes when you move your body. And you feel better. And I had already been told this. She ain't the only person that told me that. I just forgot. Because, I was in a fog for a very long time and I was just not clear. And around September, it felt like the fog was lifting. So I think that's why everything started to click for me. But God definitely was talking to me real loud and real clear on that treadmill. And I only walked for 30 minutes both times. I might do it again this afternoon when I get home. I don't know. Water intake. You need the hydration, the hydrating your hair. Quick interjection about hair hydration. Spraying water on your hair, babies, is not the hydration that it needs. You need to drink the water. Drink the water so that you can hydrate the hair from the inside out. Because everything that you eat and everything that you drink and your stress and medications, etc., comes out through your hair, your skin, and your nails. Drink your water. You're supposed to drink half your body weight every day. Do I drink half my body weight every day? No. Am I working on it? Yes. I have my water bottle right here. The other thing that I'm doing on my healing journey is therapy. I started therapy in May. She was really nice. But then I realized that, I needed more than what she was able to give me. So I switched therapists because I had been told a few times that it takes a few therapists before you get to the one that is going to fit you. And I forgot about that until recently. So I found a new therapist that's going to help me on my healing journey, that's going to help me, be the best Century so that I can be, to help myself, to help my relationships, to help family, to help friendships, to help my clients, to help my business, just everything. And I'm really excited. I'm really excited about it. I'm really excited about it. Your circles, like I said, thank you to the people that I'm able to vent to cry to, that are able to do the same with me, that, we lift each other up, that we try to pull each other forward. Like, thank you. And, having prayer partners as well is so essential. Like real prayer partners. Like, ladies, you need a circle of women who genuinely support you and will pray with you and for you, not against you. You hear me? Not against you. So this is all part of like creating an ecosystem, and clients, friends have heard me talk about ecosystems before. I think I started talking about ecosystems either in 2022 or 2023, and a lot of people was looking at me like I was crazy, but it's starting to make sense to some people now. Like, when you learn about that in school, you are learning what kind of ecosystem makes a forest, and what kind of ecosystem makes a river, or a lake, or a city, a city. So what kind of system or ecosystem do you have that makes you who you are? And is it helping you be your best, or is it tearing you down? If you have toxicity in your ecosystem, you got to get rid of it, boo. You have got to get rid of it. Preferably today, but do things in your time. So, God has given me all this awareness, all this healing that I have to do. And now I have to submit it all to Him, which is the third point. And let me tell you something. For me, in this season, this is a level of submission that I have never experienced before. It is not easy to do. But God was like, do you trust me? And I said, yes, I do trust you. And He said, let me handle this. Let me work on this while I work on you. And I said, okay. It is not easy to do, man. But you got to let God do. You got to let God be God. And if you're able to submit to God, if you are able to submit to God, the things that will happen in your life to bless you. And it is hard to sit still when He says wait. And to sit still in patience. But that's something that you have to do. Because He can tell you stuff like He told me on the treadmill, but that doesn't mean it's going to happen today. That means you got to wait. That means you have to prepare in the wait. That means you have to wait with joy. There are major shifts that are happening with me in the business. And you just have to trust God. It is really uncharted territory for me. It is. And He is taking me step by step. It's like you out here lost in a desert or in the woods and you don't know which way to go, but he's saying walk straight 4 paces. And then when you get to the third pace, he says, okay, I'm going to need for you to turn right and walk 10. And then when you get to the 10th step, he says, stand there. And you're like, but why? He's like, do you trust me? Just stand here. And you're like, okay, but you really want to move. And he's like, but didn't I say stand there? So that's what it feels like to me, because I don't know 100% what the end result's going to be. I know it's going to be good. I was told, to prepare. So I'm going to prepare. And preparing is different for everybody. Like I've had a conversation with someone who is going through something similar, and they are just working on their daily routine and their daily micro habits because that's what they were told to do. And for me, and I'm remembering this now, I have to work on being up at a certain time and going to bed at a certain time and, preparing meals and, creating a system to balance home and work effectively. I'm going to not just be a workaholic. Now, I met the sweetest lady Monday, and she looked at me and smiled. And I said, I could tell you are a very well kept woman. And she said, I am. She said, I'm enjoying my soft life. You can do both. You can be about your money and still have a soft life. And I said, I can dig it. I can dig it. So that's what I'm working on. Another part of the healing journey is emotional regulation. That's very important too. But these are key points that I can talk about another time. But bringing all that stuff together and then just waiting on God while you heal. And he keeps making you aware of the things that you have to heal and giving it to him as you develop yourself and prepare yourself. Because he's not showing it to you for nothing. He's telling you to clean it up for a reason. And I can tend to be the person that'll get like super excited, get this one thing, and I'm just running 100 miles an hour. And he's like, I ain't tell you to do that. I did not tell you to do that. I sat there September and made that plan for a decade. The fluid decade plan. And God ain't telling me to do that. Now, was I supposed to make a plan? Yeah. But was it his plan? No. So now here I am, like, well, what am I supposed to do? Be still and wait. Be still and wait. So, that is the 3 points for today for the Well+Formed Lens. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope that you can take aspects of the discussion and, implement it into your own life. Your wellness is very important to your hair care and your skin care and your overall well-being. Stress. And I'm going to say this again. Stress. Stress can take your hair out, boo-boo. Lacking nutrients in your body can take your hair out. Too much caffeine and alcohol can cause a dry scalp that can lead to dandruff and itching. Yes, it can. Yes, it can. Once you become aware of a thing, you can either sit in it or you can work to improve it. And it's that simple. But it's also really hard, especially when you get to the place where you have to give it to God and let God do the work. So yeah. These are sometimes some of the things that we talk about in the salon. And, you got a little bit of behind the scenes for me. Like I said, I just recently became a hair loss practitioner this month. Hair loss services will be coming February 2025. We're going to be slowly introducing services and packages to the salon. I will be sending out content and email blasts about the hair loss services. Like I said, Metamorphosis is a luxury salon. I offer a luxury experience. That was another awareness thing. I do not double book. I have not double booked since COVID. My clients will see each other on occasion, but 9 times out of 10, they're crossing each other in passing. They'll still kind of hang out and chit chat for a minute. They have a great time talking to each other. That is wonderful. But the way that I have created the salon, like I said, with treatments are included with all services. You don't have to share your time. When you come in, it is just me and you for the majority, if not all, of your appointments, because I do book in 2-hour blocks. And it is to the point now where, some of my clients, they don't want to share their time. And I tell them, hey, you can come in earlier, or I got this hour window you can kind of squeeze in. They're like, nah, I'll wait. Other people going to be in there. And I'm like, y'all are so rotten, but I love y'all. I do. I appreciate each and every client that has ever rocked with me, that has ever chose to be a part of the Metamorphosis experience. Like, y'all the best. You are. Like I said, I have retail products that are used in the salon. I put them on the shelf for you to take home, simply because I am a firm believer of, if you are using what is used in the salon the same way that it is used in the salon, between salon visits, we can keep you on your healthy hair track so that you can reach your hair goal, whatever that hair goal may be. Because sometimes what's missing between the two is the right products and the right routines at home. And I tend to stand on having a solid hair regimen at home and making sure that your ends are clipped every 8 to 12 weeks for retention purposes and for health purposes and hair health purposes, let me be clear. And for the overall finished look, like, again, like I said, with treatments, people will want to get the treatments. I would offer the treatment and say, hey, you need to do this. And they did need it, because I'm not a person that's going to tell you to get something that you don't need. And they would say, oh, next time. But then they'll say, oh, well, my hair's not acting right. And it's because it's brittle and it's dry and you didn't get the treatments that I suggested. And the same thing with getting your ends clipped. Like, you can keep skipping getting your ends clipped and then wonder why your 2-strand twists are not doing what they usually do. And then you can wonder why your wash and go is not giving, or your blowout silk press is not laying and the curls not popping like it's supposed to. You need to cut your ends. Those split ends are going to keep going until they make it to your scalp. Don't hold on to that. Do not hold on to that for the sake of length. Health comes first, and then the length will surely follow 9 times out of 10, so much faster than what you think it is. I also have virtual consultations that are available for Metamorphosis. If you are not in the Charlotte area and you would love for me to be able to assist you on your hair journey, you can book that. As long as you have Wi-Fi and Zoom, or a phone with some data and Zoom, I can talk to you. We can sit here and we can create a whole routine for you. I can recommend products for you. I can talk to you about where you are and where you want to be. And again, give you a roadmap to get there with your hair. I promise you, I really enjoy what I do. Like I said, the hair loss services are coming. There's a wellness aspect to the salon that is coming, because, again, I talk to my clients about pretty much everything. And I didn't mention before, my degree from UNC Charlotte is a bachelor's in psychology, because I knew that hairstylists are seen as therapists sometimes. So, we see you guys all the time. We are one of the few industries that touch people, and you build a bond with your clients, and they feel comfortable enough to start telling you things, and they're looking for feedback, and you want to be able to have the basics of how to handle that. So, way after I got my cosmetology license, well, a few years later, I ain't gonna say way, way later. I received my bachelor's degree in psychology. And for the people who say, oh, well, why you ain't using your degree? I'm using my degree every day. Psychology is more than just being a therapist. It is. So, if you would like the Metamorphosis experience in salon or virtual, or if you would like to purchase retail for at home care, or if you would like to purchase online education, because I do have ebooks on the website to assist you with, your hair journey, you can do so at themetsalon.com. Also, if you want to follow me on any platform, first of all, like, share, and subscribe this. Like this video, share this video, and subscribe to my channel on YouTube. I would greatly appreciate that because we're going to be doing the Well+Formed Lens monthly. Now, I might be sitting in the salon some months. I might be home some months. And we might be outside sometime. We just never know. But we're going to be doing this monthly. But if you are on Instagram, if you are on Facebook, if you are on TikTok, you can find me at I am Santrisa. No spaces. Make sure that you subscribe to my email list to learn about up and coming things, clients. Y'all are Metamorphosis insiders. If you want to be an insider, join the email list. We have a lot of great things that are happening, and I am so excited that I am finally becoming aware of who I am, what I have, who I belong to, where I'm going, and the people that God has blessed me to have with me on this journey. And I hope the same for y'all. I do. So until next time, like I said, we're going to be talking beauty. We're going to be talking hair. We're going to be talking wellness. We're going to be talking lifestyle. We're going to be talking business stuff. We might throw in a little decor as well, which 9 times out of 10 probably falls on the lifestyle. But thank you for sticking with me on this journey through this video. And I will talk to you guys soon. Leave a comment. I would love to hear from you guys. I would love to hear from you guys. It would be dope. Because we are building something really nice here. And we're also going to be talking about, things for hairstylists, because a lot of times people think it's glamorous to be a hairstylist, but nobody really knows what goes on with us behind the scenes. So I think this is going to be fun. This is. And you guys get to see my personality. So when you book your Metamorphosis experience, you know what you're getting. So, all right, guys, until next time, I will talk to you later.